What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. My bad if I seem a little tired today. I barely slept last night, and I also cortisol spiked myself. I had to hit the gym. Look at the fucking pump though. Come on. Trying to get leaner, but hey, with due time, right? Patience. But anyways, I'm fucking exhausted. I blasted about like 300 something milligrams of caffeine to try and wake up. Should have slept earlier last night, but I'll be honest, I was low-key gooning on reels. Full transparency. However, we're locked the fuck in. It is 8:24, so about 6 minutes before market open. Probably closer to 5 now. But okay, let's do our analysis. Okay. First of all, let's go to the 4-hour. I'm seeing that we're heavily displacing bullish. We could potentially see this 4-hour gap hold, but we shall see. Targeting this 4-hour gap. I mean, that looks pretty far away. Come on, bro. But let's see how far this shit is. 112 points. That's not that bad. We have these accumulation highs over here. We're obviously wanting to displace higher. I don't know if we had some sort of manipulation on the 4-hour. We did very slight SMT at these lows. Again, heavily displacing bullish, so no reason to not look at anything but longs today. But that's all situational. We just took out these hourly highs on ES and NQ. It looks like we are starting to soup it on ES. But again, all situational. We have an hourly gap underneath us to support price if it ever comes down to it. Here. Boom. Alright, hold on. My cat's being a little dumbass. Come on, bro. Watch out. Leave this shit alone, man. Okay. Okay, anyways. Stop it. Come on. Anyways, let's get right into this shit. I'm really looking for longs here. Just depends on what we do at open. If we're going to pump, we're going to dump. We're inside this hourly gap as well as a 4-hour gap. For our 4-hour gap also resting above us. Is that an hourly as well? Yes, it is. Cool. So we have all the reasons to go higher. We don't have news today. Tomorrow, yes. Check the 15. I need to see some sort of external manipulation as well. Yeah, we have this bullish SMT. I don't know if I'm tweaking. No, I'm not tweaking. That is a bullish SMT. And it's still holding. So that's cool. Super nice. We have a 15-minute gap resting below with these lows that I want to see get taken out before moving up higher. Ideally, in a perfect scenario, we come down at market open, sweeping out these lows or even rebalancing to this 15-minute gap. And I know this is like an hourly gap. And then start to displace higher. Obviously not perfectly, but displace, rebalance, displace, rebalance, displace to this 4-hour gap. I don't know if I see price really going lower today. Obviously higher time frame trends matter more than lower time frame trends. I don't know what I'm saying. My bad. Let me lock in. But we have about 2 minutes before market opens. Again, not really rushing to take any trades right now. Or in fact, even at open, like I said in my previous video, I don't really trade this close to market open. Maybe a couple minutes after, if anything. But yeah. So looks like we're gonna inverse this 5-minute gap. Who knows? We have about 2 minutes before that shit closes, because we could potentially see this candle here flip, take out these lows, maybe even this low. I mean, I guess that could be an easier trade idea to do than what I was thinking. But if anything, I'm thinking we create an SMT at these highs. If we do start to displace lower towards these draws on liquidity, I could potentially see a short, but again, these moves aren't really that big. 40 points. We've had more volatility throughout the week. But yeah. Okay. 5-minute gap holding. Hopefully it holds. Do we have any sort of manipulation here? I mean, probably an internal SMT, but I don't really count on those holding. Okay, on the 1 hour. I'm probably gonna de-risk today too, just because I plan on upping my risk tomorrow, and I normally don't trade Fridays, so you probably won't see me upload a video tomorrow. But yeah, so we just came back into the CE of this range. We are in this 5-minute gap. 15-minute looks like it's wicking down. Cool. All right, market opens. Probably gonna take out that draw on liquidity. There you go. Make that SMT. And if we don't make this SMT and we just continuously pump, then we could probably look towards finding an entry longs. Oh my god. Okay, there's nothing to my left, I guess. That is insane. No, it's actually not that insane. Okay, well, that's what I wanted to see. We have some sort of internal manipulation. We do have this SMT right here. Actually, no, we don't. Do not have an SMT. Maybe we do, but I'm just missing it, but we'll see. Jesus Christ. Candle pumped up 62 points. Wow. I mean, if anything, I would probably take something like this, but again, I just don't like entering right here with no sort of rebalance. Because then you can get fucked on like that, essentially. Just staying patient. We'll get our entries. No reason to rush this. Oops, wrong button. Yep. Displacing lower on ES. I'd like to see the same thing happen on NQ, but I don't know if I'll get that. But only love can break. We got 3 minutes before this 5-minute candle closes. Again, there's really no sort of rebalance here. This 1 minute buy side. 1 minute FVG. Looks like we're tapping out on ES. Let's see what we're trading into. What the hell? I'm not really, like I said, not really rushing to take anything yet. Charts aren't going anywhere. NQ's not going anywhere. And that's what people need to understand. It's like, just relax. Most of the time I fucked up on a setup just because I couldn't relax, you know. I'd be letting like that feeling of like, oh my god, I gotta take a trade right now, like play out. So, okay, we had some sort of rebalance. I still don't think that this is the move here. I know some people might have entered longs. I'm just not fully convinced. I need to see some sort of deeper retrace or some sort of like candle closure above these highs. Then again, that's still a little risky because we could just potentially close above, start trading back below, and then going up higher. Also, my stop loss would be like actually cooked if I entered here. I'd like to enter around this area, targeting that internal high as well. Not really targeting that external draw on liquidity. But I'm not going to marry my bias because I could potentially flip shorts. But we'll see. Let's look at the 15. 15 looks like it's displacing nicely. What are we reacting from? Oh, okay, we're approaching that high. Bro. Yeah, this RR is like cooked. I mean, if we enter here, But again, I'm just not fully convinced. I mean, this is only 40 points away, so it really wouldn't be that bad of an idea. But yeah, I don't want to just enter now and just get chopped up, get stopped out with the manipulation internally. I wanted to play music, but I don't know if I'm going to be copyrighted, bro. I don't do this YouTube shit, so I wouldn't know. Yeah, I'm just not convincing going longs here. Like I said, candle closure is very important. Oh, 5 minute just closed. We have this 5 minute gap underneath that I would potentially like to see rebalance into. Not really a 5 minute gap because this candle hasn't closed yet, but again, there's really no rush. You know, like if we miss this entry, then I'm sure there's always another one. And if not, then that's that video for the day. Okay, well, if we could get candle closure above these highs and not pump up to that, that'd be great. However, we may have made an SMT here. This could potentially push price down lower, so we've got these internal lows. So for some sort of form of manipulation, two longs, as well as being inside this 1 minute gap if we can get some sort of rebalance into that gap. I personally don't even know if I really want to long from here, just because we're so extended. Like, how many points is this? I gotta see. Yeah, this is like 113. We're gonna have to see some sort of rebalance. Come on, bro. I'm just not so sold. Yeah, we're just stalling here. If I don't get a setup before like 8:50, it's like 8:36 right now, I'm off. That's my rules for myself. That's like the time I let myself trade, which is like market open to 8:50 or okay. Yeah, we're definitely wanting to take that out. If we could get some sort of rebalance, a little deeper rebalance, that'd be cool. I don't know if we have some sort of manipulation. But I guess I'll probably just keep it light today. If we could get a deeper drop on NQ, but I highly doubt that ES is looking to fill that gap. I mean, it's not too bad, but I'd like to have some sort of entry over here. I should have probably limit bought it, but whatever. Okay, first of all, let's look at the 5 minute. Yeah, I don't know. It's not fully convinced. Not fully convinced. Candle closes. Cool. Yeah. I always like make sure that there's some sort of displacement. There's actually manipulation. I try not to pattern trade because I know a lot of people fall into that. You know, they see IFEGs or even like an SMT and then just trade that. Well, that's like every single time that I have done that, the trade has always failed just because it's like I wasn't patient enough to wait for more confirmation. Like, for example, if we were to have long there, I probably would have been close to being stopped out right now, because I just don't see the point in longing up here and having my stops up here or down here. Did ES fill that gap? I gotta make sure. Oh wow, that is high on ES. We're inside this gap on ES here. And again, look at the trend we're in. We still have yet to see some sort of valid rebalance, and I'm just not convinced. Like, you could always prevent an unnecessary loss if you just stayed a little bit more patient. Probably could have gotten an entry there, but if NQ just decides to pump up, fill in this 4-hour CE, or this 1-hour CE, I don't remember, but we'll see. Okay. I don't know, still ranging. And I don't like how we have these long-tailed wicks on ES. Not a big fan. I mean, I honestly could have anticipated this right here after disrespecting that 5-minute gap, but I don't really like trading that close to market open. Just not liking this. I'm not liking this. Could have probably taken that, but no rush. You could potentially see this get inversed. If we do inverse this, then it's like very sure that we're just going to continuously pump up. Just depends on how this hourly closes. Yeah, we're definitely going to get a pump, continuously pumping up. But again, some sort of rebalance. We have not gotten that in a minute. We just left this 5-minute gap here. Oh wow, it's not even pushing to 30 points. Check the 5-minute, what it looks like. Looks like we're tapping into this hourly gap. I don't know if it's an hourly. I keep checking and I keep forgetting. Must be, I'm telling you, it genuinely might be the lack of sleep. But yeah, no, if we do start displacing past that gap, we have these external draws up here as well. I mean, I know it's a little bit far, but oh no, a little bit is crazy. No, that is very far. I anticipate some sort of rebalance sometime soon. There you go. Yeah, ES is having that rebalance. I'd like to see NQ start to do the same thing. But yeah, imagine like going into this trade and just getting edged by half a point, bro. That's ridiculous. Okay. 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 I don't even have to mark that out, bro. Price could just be reacting from this just to go and lower, rebalance into this 5-minute gap. Not fully, but at least touch it. That's just my thought process behind it. Okay, we have the slight internal pushed up higher. Honestly, that should have been my entry, but I'm not locked in. It's all right. Making an SMT on ES and NQ though, so we could potentially catch the rebalance. Some sort of short like this to these internals. I am honestly more comfortable with this trade idea than the long now. I just did not like how we were moving here. Because I was thinking originally, like, if we enter longs here, we could be caught out into the rebalance leg. Just absolutely get stopped out, but yeah, looks like we are making we have an internal SMT. I don't even have to mark that out, but yeah, 5 minute is closing in 6 minutes. Oh, 1 minute tweaking. Again, it all just depends on what we do in this gap, right? How many points is this? 40 points to inverse this gap from current price. I'm just really not fully sold on what we're doing here. Again, we cannot continuously pump up without some sort of rebalance. I just think it's hyper unrealistic. I mean, we're up 150 points, so a rebalance is kind of needed here. We left this tiny ass 1 minute here. Oh my goodness. What I'm thinking is this could be some sort of like not retracement, but some sort of internal form of manipulation. Just because ES is not looking like it wants to go any higher. And again, these are correlated pairs. But only love can break your heart. Ooh. If we do inverse this gap, could potentially see longs. Yeah, I'm a little indecisive, but that's okay, because honestly, patience wins over anything else, really. Okay, yeah. If we do inverse this gap, this target right here is not a bad idea. This hourly high. Looks like we are starting to displace higher. So we need to see some sort of, again, rebalancing is very, very, very important for me in terms of how I like to trade. I just dislike entering trades without some sort of rebalance. Just because then it's like, bro, the likelihood of you getting fucked is like so much higher. And I just rather not sit through that. Like, this isn't bad. Obviously, I'm not taking it all the way to that draw, but some sort of trade like this, if we could get a trade back lower to this gap, CE right here, and they start to displace higher, because I know we're probably just going to inverse this gap. We have no other highs to react off of. Again, I just don't want to enter this much into a premium. We already are with this fucking move up here, but just got to stay patient. There's no reason for us to rush a trade. Charts aren't going to go anywhere. That's what you always have to tell yourself every morning, you know, before like you're like, oh, I'm going to FOMO. Just relax. It's not going to go anywhere. Your computer's going to be there. NQ is going to be there. It's going to be another day if you decide not to trade, which seemingly I might not if we're just not going to have some sort of rebalance here. I'm just not fucking with this here. Oh, yeah, that hourly looks strong. I am convinced on longs, but I'd like to see some sort of rebalance into a gap. I don't want my RR to be so cooked, like 30-point stop is insane, but a 45, 50-point stop is insane. This is a textbook AMD. It really didn't happen on NQ. But yeah, just staying patient, staying very, 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 very patient. And you guys have to realize like there's a difference between patience and then like hesitation. So just because you are patient doesn't mean you shouldn't hesitate on entering a trade. If you like the trade setup, then take it. But yeah. Ooh, what is this? Yeah, now we're probably going to see some sort of deeper rebalance. If not, then probably start to consider going in longs. I just feel like this is a very late entry. Oh, what are you doing down there, buddy? Okay, we tapped into this 1 minute gap right here. I could honestly get into this, but I don't know.
Order filled.
might have been a cooked entry. I'm not gonna lie. But again, kind of the reason why we are risking a little bit lighter today. I'm not gonna get so greedy. You know, this should be fine. Yeah, we definitely FOMO entered that. Well, not really FOMO'd, but I probably should have waited for a little bit more of a rebalance. We might get caught out here, but again, we'll see. With this displacement higher, I just feel like we're gonna top out here. I might exit out, break even, but we shall see. We did react off of that 1 minute gap. Again, there's draws above. Actually, 90 points. So, if anything, we could see this low get taken out and go higher. But if not, we're probably just gonna get cooked today. So it's chill. The reason why I didn't really take an earlier entry than this is because I didn't see some sort of like gap retracement, and the one we did have, I really didn't enter on time. So, you know, that's on me. Kind of late entry, but what can we do about that, right? I mean, these 5 minute candles are averaging about what? 45 point pump. This is a freaking 60 point pump. So I'm anticipating a 40 point pump as well. Actually, I will lower that. Again, just risking a little bit lighter today. I'm just not big of a fan of how price action's like right now. But yeah, there's no yeah, we're gonna displace higher after inversing that hourly gap. So I'm probably gonna trail my stops. If we get to this point, we have a candle closure, we're probably gonna rebalance and then push up higher, or if not, just smack TP right now. That would be a fucking phenomenal. But if we take this loss, we take it humbly. I'm only risking 125 here. I'm not really gonna hurt if I do take this loss. I will start to size up though if it's like a good continuation day. For example, like today, I'll be honest, this was a great continuation day. I just couldn't really find my entries, and that's okay. You know, stuff like that happens. 5 minute, it's probably gonna look strong. Yeah. Ooh. Wait. I feel like we're gonna push a little bit higher than this. I really just don't see why we would not pump. But again, this is a very late entry. I don't advise you guys to take entries like this. Yeah, it looks like we might get stopped here. This is like one of the bigger red candles we've seen so far. If we could start to displace up higher after this candle closure, I will go break even just because I'm not liking this. Oh, I hope that SMT holds. If not, then we are cooked. I might close out break even just because I don't know if this is a really good trade. I'm not really liking it so far now. Yeah. Yeah, we're souping that. I don't like that.
Order filled.
I'm gonna end that there. We are down $23 on the day. I don't know if that's really emotional trading, but what am I gonna do about that? Shit happens. But yeah, that's about it for today's trade.